Hey everybody, Melanie Yocum. I'm back for my final day of Raise Necessity. And I don't think I ever, in my intro, I don't think I ever really talked about who I am. So I want to say I'm sorry for not doing that. Just assume everybody knows who I am. So I'm just going to do that really quickly as I close out today's training. So my name is Melanie Yocum. I have been a coach for about 2.5 years. I am 39 years old. I'm married. I have 2 beautiful children, Annie, who is 2.5, and then my son, Annie is 3. Gosh, where does the time go? And my son is 1. He just turned 1. And I'm a yogi. I love everything about light and love. I really, really dig into the positive energy that we have together in this team. And I just love to shine my light on others. So that's just a little bit about me in a nutshell. So let's get to it. Today is day 4 of Raise Necessity. We're going to be dealing with practice 3 today, which is level up your squad. So this is a fun topic. It's a topic that is incredibly important when we're talking about raising our necessity. So, you've heard that old saying that we are if you take the 5 people that you hang around with the most and you squish them together and divide it by 5, that's who you are. And that's not just like something people say. That's actually true. They've done studies. It might not translate exactly that way, but the idea of that is incredibly true. And so if you want to level up in life, you have to level up your squad. It's not enough to say, well, I'm around people who are negative, so I'm negative too. Well, yeah, that's true. That's going to happen. If you're around people who smoke, if you're around people who are obese, if you're around people who are negative, chances are you're going to be those things too. So you have to be really mindful in who you choose in your circle. So, so I want to start with this quote here. Find a group of people who challenge and inspire you. Spend a lot of time with them and it will change your life. And that's Amy Poehler. So a quick win for you if you're trying to raise your necessity and level up your squad is to pick new people. Pick new people in your life and be really mindful about those people that you're choosing. There's such a thing as the 3 degrees of separation. And what that is not only do those people that you choose to be in your inner circle have an influence on you, but their friends and their friends' friends. So it goes like 3 degrees out. And if you don't believe that, they have done studies and it is true to a certain point. So we can't control who the friends of friends, don't even try. Like your brain will just go, poof. You cannot control that. Can't control that. But you can control who you choose to spend your time with. And chances are if you're choosing people who are high vibe, who are, abundance mindset, people who are goal crushers, people who are high performers, their circle is going to be that too. And that's why it's so incredibly important. It's that synergy, because you're going to get the energy and the influence of those people you're choosing in that circle, but you're also getting 3 degrees out. So you see how much that energy can come to you and cause you to level up and raise your necessity, right? So Brennan gives us some great ideas of how to do that. You might be sitting saying, well, okay, great idea. How do I do that? What do I do? And he goes through that in the book. So, so some things that he tells us here, he actually gives us 5 things to do to level up your squad. So the first one is to add one more awesome friend. And I thought this was really cool. So studies show that, let's say you have a friend who is happy in life, they exude that positive energy, you feel it when you're around them, chances are you're going to be 25% more likely to also be happy yourself. So that's pretty cool, right? So be that seeker, find that light worker, find that person in your life who is a giver, who is a bucket filler, because that's going to increase your chances of being that too. So add one more awesome friend. And an idea that he gives us is to invite that awesome friend out and tell them, hey, why don't you invite a couple of your friends? I've never met all of your friends. Wouldn't that be fun to widen our circle? And so then that awesome friend is going to bring some of their awesome friends as well. And it's just, kind of that ripple effect. So that's the first one. Number 2 is to volunteer. And he points out something really interesting. And most of the people in a volunteer organization, generally speaking, they're actually usually the wealthiest people also in the community. And it's not just to say, okay, you want to be around rich people, because I mean, I want to attract more money in my life. I don't know about you, but it's about that feeling of being of service. And if we want to be a high performer, we have to operate in the energy of being of service. So it's kind of like a double whammy you get there by volunteering. You're going to be connected with people from your community who are financially successful, but also personally successful, because they get that, the energy of paying it forward. Number 3 would be play sports. Join a golf team, join even just going to the park and doing a pickup game of basketball, or joining a local softball team. And by doing that, you're gonna exercise that muscle of competition, and that muscle of competition helps us to bring our A game on and off the court. Number 4 is to seek mentorship. So, you're looking for a mentor, a lifelong mentor that you're going to have forever, and that's someone who's older, who's wiser, who's more successful than you, and who also operates with those same values that you have and is a high performer. And then you also want to seek out a mentor in your field who's an expert in your field, and he advises to, when you choose that person, rotate it. Every 3 years, get someone new, so you have, new and fresh ideas. And he says to connect with them once a month. And that's on a phone call, getting together for coffee. And by doing this, you're really going to level up your squad. Can you imagine if you had 2 mentors, one that's like your lifelong mentor and one who is a mentor in your field? Imagine how that would change for you. Imagine how your mindset would change. Imagine how your goals would change. Imagine how your necessity would change, your accountability, right? And then number 5 is to earn it. Earn your spot. So, if you're contacting that mentor, if you're wanting to level up your squad, if you're creating this circle of people who are high performers, who are above you, because you want to have that stretch. You want those people who are going to stretch you. Earn it. Earn it. And then, as you reach that next level, then you go a little higher, and then you go a little higher, and one day you're going to be the person that someone is reaching up for, and you're going to help them to level up. And what's that saying? We rise by lifting others, right? So earn it. Earn your spot. So you've got 3 performance prompts today, and so I want you to answer those. And the last 2 actually are more like, you're going to answer it as a question, but it's asking you actually to do something. And one of them is, what are you going to do to add to the number of high performers in your network? It's not just, oh, I'm going to think about this and write it. You need to actually, put some action behind it. And then number 3 is, what are some new routines or get-togethers I could create to bring together the positive people in my life? And so what I want you to do is really take your time and spend time on answering these. And then I want you to share, what is something you are going to do to level up your squad? What is something you're going to do to create that circle of people who are going to help you to raise your necessity, who are going to help you to level up, who are going to help you to reach that next level of self, so that you can shine brighter and be of service and help more people in your life? Okay, so all right, so I'm going to close the last page in this chapter, which kind of wraps it up and takes us back to the beginning. As a reminder, this was section 1, which was the personal habits, and now we're going to be moving into the social habits. But I love this closing for this section, and this is really going to encompass all 3 of the previous sections. And it's this quote here: first, say to yourself, what would you be? And then do what you have to do. Operate as if there is no other choice, because guess what? There isn't. If you want to be a high performer, there is no other choice. You have to level up. You have to, have your clarity. That was habit 1. You have to generate your energy. That was habit 2. You have to raise your necessity as if there is no other choice. Because if you really want to go for it in this life, if you really want success, there is no other choice. You must do it. Not just for yourself, but for others. For those people in your family who you're trying to inspire, the people in the world that you're trying to inspire. They deserve it. They need you to be at your highest level. And most importantly, you need yourself to be at your highest level. You deserve it. You deserve health and happiness and financial freedom, all of it. You deserve all of it. And you can have all of it. If you have that belief, if you have that support system, and you have that work ethic. Okay, so light and love for me to you. Thank you so much for allowing me to come in and do this training for you. It is my pleasure, it is my honor, it is my joy, and I just really am excited to see, for those of you who really take on reading this book and internalizing it, actually doing these behaviors, I'm really excited to see where this takes you, where it takes us all. Okay, so light and love for me to you. Thank you for giving me this opportunity, and I'm excited to see what you come up with. Bye.